Hello and welcome back to another video. In this week we'll be talking about how PlayStation has decided to make a massive U-turn on the fact that they were about to close down the PS3 and the PS Vita stores. How about we get into this then? Okay then, I really wanted to make this video a couple of days ago, but again, work's been busy and that fucking sucks. But I've luckily I'm getting around to it now, and I really need to put my opinion on it. And luckily, this won't be a long topic to really discuss. So, with that in mind, we shall discuss this. I have a few sources coming back. It's one official source and one unofficial source. But you shall see one's from NVMe. And the other is from, I think I've got that right, the initials of the website. And the last one is from the PlayStation blog, and written by Jim Ryan himself. So how about we get into this then? So here we are. I tried really looking around for the original source materials and everything like that, but they all seem to be redacted because I was a little bit too late to this whole news story. Now, it says right here, Sony reportedly closing PS3, PSP, and Vita stores in July. With that in mind, Sony are reportedly closing down their stores for the PS3, PSP, and PS Vita in July with an announcement plan ahead of Melt. They did make the announcement on Twitter. Sadly, they must have deleted the original tweet because I could not find that anywhere. But sadly, well not sadly, luckily they made a U-turn on this decision a couple of weeks later. Now, I would have liked it a little bit sooner, especially as, do you remember when Microsoft was like, oh, we're going to bump up Xbox Live Gold, and they were like, yeah, only joking. I got you. Honestly, it wasn't ever going to happen. And then they also gave us a little bit something as well, which is the Xbox Live Gold is no longer required to play free-to-play games on Xbox, which is brilliant. But yes, we've also got the second source right here. I love it. PlayStation Store on PS3 and PS Vita will continue operations. This was made available to us on April 19th. So yes, like I said, it is a couple of days out of date. Players will be able to continue to purchase games on PS3 and PS Vita. Now, the reason why people got so mad at this sort of thing, especially on more the PS Vita side, is that A, there's still developers working on the console itself, still developing games for it, and there's a healthy community good to go along with that. Maybe it doesn't do as well as the likes of the PS4, the PS5 sort of thing, but I'd like to point out that there has been many different things going on in the background that, at the end of the day, no matter if you're still earning money, you're still earning money. It's probably not as much as like I said before, as PS5, but it's money's money at the end of the day. What are you doing, Ryan? This is a clearly idiotic move at the start, but luckily they U-turned it, so I can't really go into too much of a complaint. But also one of the main reasons why people complain about this sort of thing is that since online stores at the moment are becoming so prominent, and the fact that we've got the likes of the ideologies of keeping games history afloat, and when publishers and companies like Sony and or Microsoft and or Nintendo can simply shut down their stores and no one would even they're gone to the history at that point. You can no longer buy them, and some major cases you won't be even able to download them again. So it's a real scary feature that we could possibly lose lose all these games to the history, basically, even for the likes of The Last of Us or Sony's big hitters such as Jak and Daxter, because they're not focusing them on them anymore. So it's this scary feature that PlayStation has got at the back of their mind, or more accurately, Jim Ryan himself was willing to shut down these stores without any consideration of the art form itself. So how about we actually get into the main article itself and then really speculate on where Jim Ryan could really go on to possibly even continue with plans of closing down the PS3 and the PS Vita stores, just not at the time being. Recently, we notified players that PlayStation Store for PS3 and PS Vita devices was planned to end this summer. Upon further reflection, aka the backlash, however, it's clear that we made the wrong decision here, so today I'm happy to say that we'll be able to keep the PlayStation Store operational for PS3 and PS Vita devices. Now, interestingly enough, PSP comments functionality will retire on July 2nd, 2021, as planned. So they still want to close down the majority of their past stores. They think they received a lot more backlash on the PS3 and the PS Vita side that they're just planning to throw away PSP. So if people out there, if you do have a PSP, don't buy it anymore. Don't buy any games on the online store. Feel free to go down into your local game shop, used games, hell even CEX. They've got PSP games there. Buy them physically. I know you'll probably hear so many people out there going, do it. I think because it's important to know that history of games can be preserved through many different people. So please go out there, buy these physical copies before these online stores are shut down. When we initially came to the decision to end purchasing for PS3 and PS Vita, it was born out of a number of factors. That thing right there says it all. Number of factors. That factors include support challenges for older devices and the ability for us to focus more on our resources on newer devices, where a majority of our gamers are playing on. This is bullshit, because to keep up the stores from the PS Vita and the PS3, it's not that hard. You just need a few old things running around. And honestly, I've done a little bit of what was it called? I don't know what to start my tongue out right now. But you get the idea of these servers that you can enable to buy these games on. They're not that hard to keep up running, and they're not that expensive if you know how to do it. And PlayStation is a big ass company. If people are still buying stuff on the PS3 and on the PS Vita, as we have got evidence to support it, yeah, there is no reason to turn it off. Yet they think that there wasn't going to be as much of a complaint towards this, but they were dead wrong, and dead wrong in the water. We see now that many of you are incredibly passionate about being able to continue purchasing classic games on the PS3 and PS Vita for the foreseeable future, so I'm glad we were able to find a solution to continue operations. When they say a solution, they just mean they're going to... I don't know. I'm glad that we can keep this piece of history alive for our gamers to enjoy, while we continue to create cutting-edge new game worlds for the PS4, PS5, and the next generation of VR. So yes, they are still planning on creating games for VR, which is great, because I think that's where gaming could advance to next. Thank you for sharing our feedback with us, and we're always listening and appreciating the support from our PlayStation community. Now, I think for the time being, I think from my point of view, they are keeping the stores alive for the time being. And when that's apparent, I think that's clearly apparent. And I don't think they should ever shut down these stores, because it's part of gaming history, it's part of the PlayStation brand. And I am, as a developer, I am fully committed on bringing old games so we can play them how they were originally released. That is part of the great thing about games. They can be buggy as hell, they can be clanky as hell. Have you ever played a Fallout 3 or Fallout New Vegas? Oh my god, if people, I've tried to convince younger generations, such as like we're talking 16, 15, 14-year-olds to play Fallout, and honestly they were like, oh, this isn't as smooth as like something like Fortnite or Apex or anything like that, and you're thinking, don't get me wrong, they're right, but it's like, please play them. It's important history. And it's the idea of this bit playing them as they were initially created. Yes, we've got all these remakes today, such as the Final Fantasy VII one. But if you actually go back and play the original Final Fantasy VII, that's a completely different experience as the one you get on the remake version. So now I've been blabbering on for about 10 minutes. Okay. I was kind of hoping to make this a little bit shorter, but apparently I don't know when to shut the fuck up. Apparently. But yes, thank you so much for watching. I'm so sorry it went on for a little bit longer than I originally anticipated. If you enjoyed this video, please click that like button, and if you enjoy the content I create, click that subscribe button along with that notification button. And if you didn't enjoy the video, please click that dislike button along with a comment down below on how you think I can improve. Also, going along with that, if you what are your thoughts and opinions on them continuing the service of PS3 and PS Vita? And more importantly, how do you think this will affect you in the future? Do you even really care about the PlayStation ban? Are you mainly an Xbox consumer? Or do you think this is an integral part of keeping our history as gamers alive? I genuinely want to know your thoughts and opinions on this sort of thing, because it is important for everyone to get their thoughts out. But more importantly, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys on the next video. Bye bye now.